Once upon a time in the ancient city of Eterna, there lived an all-wise philosopher named Merrill. He was known throughout the land for his insatiable curiosity and ability to engage others in profound conversations about the nature of the world and the human soul. One afternoon, Merrill found himself in the bustling marketplace surrounded by merchants selling their wares, children playing, and people conversing. He noticed a young man named Thales, who was enthusiastically discussing the concept of justice with a group of his peers. Merrill approached Thales and asked, "Young man, I'm intrigued by your passion for justice. What, in your opinion, is the essence of justice?" Thales, honored by the philosopher's attention, responded, "Justice, wise Merrill, is about fairness and balance. It is ensuring that everyone receives what they deserve, whether that be rewards for good deeds or punishment for wrongdoings." Merrill nodded thoughtfully and continued his inquiry. "Tell me, Thales, how do we determine what one deserves? Is it a universal standard or does it vary from person to person?" Thales hesitated for a moment and then said, "I believe there must be a universal standard. For if justice is to be truly just, it cannot be arbitrary or subjective." "Intriguing," Merrill said. "And who or what determines this universal standard of justice?" Thales replied, "It must be the gods, for they are wise and all-knowing." "Very well," Merrill said. "Now let's consider a scenario. A poor man steals a loaf of bread to feed his starving family. According to the universal standard of justice, should he be punished?" Thales pondered for a moment before answering. "Yes, he should be punished, for he has broken the law, but perhaps his punishment should be less severe, considering his circumstances." Merrill continued, "What if, in another instance, a wealthy man steals the same loaf of bread, not out of necessity, but out of greed? Should his punishment be the same as that of a poor man?" Thales thought carefully before responding, "No, the wealthy man's punishment should be more severe, for his actions were motivated by greed rather than need." Merrill smiled and said, "I see you understand the concept of proportionality in justice. However, let's delve deeper. What if the poor man had not stolen the bread, but instead had been given it by a generous person who recognized his plight? Would this act of charity be considered just?" Thales responded confidently, "Yes, it would be just, for the poor man's needs were met without him having to break the law." "Very well," said Merrill. "And if the wealthy man, moved by the poor man's plight, chose to give all his possessions to help the less fortunate, would that be an act of justice?" Thales again hesitated for a moment, then said, "Yes, it would be just, for he has chosen to use his wealth for benefit of others." Merrill nodded and said, "You have demonstrated great wisdom, Thales. You understand that justice is not only about punishments, but also about compassion and empathy. It is the delicate balance between giving and taking, between ensuring that everyone receives what they deserve while recognizing the unique circumstances of each individual. True justice, therefore, is not rigid, universal standard, but dynamic, context-sensitive principle that seeks to promote harmony and fairness in society." With these words, Merrill left Thales to ponder the complexities of justice, while he continued his journey through the marketplace, engaging others in philosophical conversations and using Socratic method to stimulate thought and inquiry.